Nobody cares about Avatar is the single biggest thing you will see online anytime anybody, including any outlets, posts about the film. It's the fact that nobody cares about it. But the fact of the matter is, it's the biggest film of all time, and every re-release makes a lot of money. So how can this be? Okay, so let's be real about this. Avatar is the biggest film of all time. It doesn't matter that it's through re-releases or whatever, it's simply the film that's made the most amount of money. Now I know some of you are gonna bust out your inflation calculators and talk about that. That's fine, whatever, but modern day, there's no bigger film. Every time the film gets re-released, it makes more money. I mean, literally, they re-released it in September, and it made, in its re-release weekend, $30 million. So this whole notion of nobody cares about Avatar, I get what some of you are saying. Again, I will agree with you, many arguments. Is the story derivative? Yes. Is it Dances with Wolves meets Pocahontas meets the Smurfs? Yeah, okay, I'll give you that, right? Nobody's saying here that the story of the first film is some sort of a grand, innovative thing that should be celebrated. It's pretty basic at its core, using the most basic, simplistic science fiction approach. But some of you miss the point of that's exactly why this film resonates with so many people. Again, I want you to take yourselves out of the nerd bubble. And if you don't understand what I'm saying is, it's estimated that only 5% of the population of the world that uses the internet has a Twitter account. Some say it could be as high as 6. Now take that into consideration. Out of all the people on Twitter, when you're in a film bubble, you're even a smaller sect of that population. And then you're in a subset of people that absolutely hate the film. But why is it resonates so much with everyday people, with casual people, who don't know that people don't like the film, who will show up and watch the film, rewatch it upon re-release, talk about it, and get excited for the sequel? Again, I want you to take us out of the equation and just think about the general person who loved the first film, who had an experience, who's excited for the second one. I honestly fully think that the nobody cares about Avatar argument is complete BS and doesn't hold under any scrutiny, because evidence has shown it doesn't. It's the same thing that we went through recently with the MCU. How many times have you seen your whatever YouTuber or your I don't like the MCU person go, I am 100% done with the MCU after Endgame? They still talk about everything. They're still talking about Ms. Marvel or She-Hulk. They're watching all the films. They contributed to the $2 billion for Spider-Man. They're going to contribute to Secret Wars, to Kang Dynasty, to the Marvels, and everything. It's the same argument. Whatever bubble you're in, you got to take yourself out of it and just think of this realistically. With recent reports that Avatar is going to make over $650 million in the United States alone, saying who cares about Avatar when the sequel has the chance to make more in the United States than the Batman did worldwide, I think you need to look at the bigger picture here. And sure, you might not be excited for it. I might be lukewarm on it and going, I'm going to see it because I liked the first one enough and it was a theatrical experience. But once I remove myself out of it and I just talk to casual people and moviegoers, or the people that were in the theater with me when I was watching a recent film, when the trailer came on, that were like, oh my God, there's a new one of those? I'm going to go see that. That's the tell that you should be looking at, not a vacuum chamber online. Because what has that ever led to that's been correct? Remember when the Snyder Cut was supposed to bring in 30 million subscribers? Where are they? The bubble told me they would be there.